Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It has been 29 days and counting since I've last uploaded a video. I've been on YouTube, I think, along the lines of 3 years. You can check my oldest video if you want to. And I think this is definitely it. This is the longest I've ever gone without uploading a video. And I would like to explain why. I feel like I owe that to my audience. It's definitely not normal. And it has a lot to do with my personal life. I am literally within 7 days away from being a father, which we'll tie into that in a bit, but I want to go back to over a decade, a little bit of smack lore. I used to wait tables when I was 18, and I did it for quite a while. And through doing this, I learned a lot of things about life. I became very nuanced through doing this labor. And I've always said to people, I think everyone should wait tables because there's so many life lessons in it. You learn how despicable humans can be. You also learn how kind humans can be. But most importantly, you learn what it's like to purely work for money and not enjoyment or passion. Because there's not a single soul alive that can convince me that you wait tables because you truly enjoy it. That is just horse shit. And I will choose to believe in that ideology until my grave. Anyways, through waiting tables, I learned what it was like to purely work for money. And I said to myself, I will never wait tables again, for one, and for two, I will never work a job purely for money ever in my life again. And that is how I became a personal trainer, and it's also how I got into content creation for the gaming community. Now, I think that was important to share because I wanted you to know that is how I chose my occupation. I said, hey, what do I like to do? Well, I've been an athletic person my entire life, a very incredible athlete at that. Whether you believe that or not is up to you. So I think I should do something along the lines of being active, and that's what got me into personal training. Now, in order for me to choose this occupation, I also had to ask myself, does it contribute to society in a positive manner? Because if it doesn't, you can't do that either. And I said, yeah, personal training definitely contributes to society in a positive manner. Now, content creation for the gaming community was the next thing. Does that contribute to society in a positive manner? And I had to have a very real conversation with myself. And I said, yeah, it does contribute to society in a positive manner because it is a platform that allows you to influence society. And any platform that allows you to influence society is a positive thing to do. But on the other hand, it's also a negative thing to do. It just depends on whose court the ball is in and what they're doing with that basketball. It can go negative or positive. Now, tying back into me getting ready to be a father within a week, depending on when our little princess wants to come out, that is entirely up to her. I had a realization that I'm not going to have the time available to myself that I have now once I become a father. And so I must learn to be more efficient with my time, which caused me to do a lot of pondering with how I spend it. And it also caused me to take a break from content creation and just kind of enjoy myself for a bit because my life is going to change forever as we know it. So for the past 29 days, I've been rediscovering myself as a content creator for the gaming community and rediscovering my purpose as to why I started content creating in the first place, which I want to go over. Honestly, it's a very simple idea that anybody can wrap their head around. It was very simple. It was, well, I like playing games, so why not play games and make money off of them? I feel like most content creators will universally agree to this concept. But it has to be more than that, right? For me personally, I'm not speaking for everyone else, but that's not okay to do it purely off of those two things. So I told myself, you have to add something else in there. Not only do you have to enjoy what you're doing, but you also have to make money off of it because you can't just indulge in leisure forever. You also need to contribute to society in a positive manner within that hobby that you're indulging in. And so that's what I've been rediscovering lately. I've been telling myself, when you create content for a game, are you enjoying that game? Number one. Number two, are you doing a good job covering the game so that people are learning and you're contributing to the community? You are? Okay, two. Now three, which is equally as important as the other two, if not more important, are you contributing to that community outside of the game? In other words, are you contributing to that community, to the people that are watching your channel in real life as well? Okay, if you're doing all three of these things, then you, my friend, are contributing to society in a positive manner while also enjoying what you do and getting paid for it. That is an absolute W in every angle possible. Now, I know that was long-winded, but I wanted you guys to understand the psychology behind where I am today. I was a Genshin Impact content creator, and number one of those three things, do I enjoy the game, left the table, and I no longer enjoyed the game anymore, which caused me to say I have to stop and take a break and figure out what I am going to do going forward, especially when my daughter comes into this earth, because I can't spend time the way I was spending it before, prior to. I wasn't enjoying the game anymore, and I started playing other games. God of War, Legends of Runeterra, a card game for League of Legends. I started playing Lost Ark again, which is an MMO, also pay to win influenced. But I started playing a variety of games, and I got back my enjoyment. I started enjoying myself as a gamer again. And then it also kind of gave me a bit of an awakening. God of War's story has been nothing short of immaculate and extraordinary. Every single piece of dialogue that I hear in God of War has my undivided attention, even when I'm rowing in the boat and going to an island and Mimir is telling some random story about Nordic mythology or Nordic mythology and lore. I'm all ears for it. And I realized the value of storytelling in God of War was infinitely more valuable than the storytelling in Genshin Impact for me personally. And this brought me to a realization that I've been indulging in a game way too much, contributing way too much time to a game that I don't even appreciate. So why are you still playing that game then? Well, the only reason I was still playing that game because I had a community, because it was making me some money, and 3, because I was enjoying educating people in that community. I also feel that I was contributing to the benefit of their psychology in real life as well, with the experiences and insight that I've accrued through my own life. But ultimately, if I myself am not enjoying something anymore, I'm cold turkeying it 10 times out of 10. That's just who I am as a human being, which is why I said I'd never wait tables again. So I am taking a break, maybe a permanent break from Genshin Impact. So I have to find a new way to bring content to you guys that is outside of Genshin Impact. And that has been a very big challenge for me as well. But the biggest challenge of my content creation career has been trying to be efficient with my time after becoming a father. Because that's another thing I want to discuss with you guys. I think the easiest excuse on planet Earth for adults in our world today is saying that they had to abandon their dreams because they had a family, because they have work, because they have all these obligations outside of pursuing said dream. And you know the funny thing? It is a legitimate excuse. It is incredibly difficult to pursue your dreams with all of these obligations. Being a amazing partner to your spouse, being an incredible father to your children, fulfilling your obligations in your occupation so that bills are paid and that you guys are taking adequate leisure trips to restore your soul. These are all very appropriate excuses as to why you can't pursue a dream, because the thing about a dream is it actually demands 90% of your time, and that is a lot of time to be contributing towards something that's not even guaranteed. So for me, the biggest challenge is, how am I going to learn to be a content creator and be more efficient with my time, because I'll have less of it available, and still pursue and achieve that dream? I have to do this because I have to convince myself that it's possible, and more importantly, I have to convince you guys that it's still possible, especially the people that don't think it's possible and kept giving themselves that excuse. So that's a big thing for me to achieve right now. And that's actually going to lead me into the next topic here, which is, now that I'm going to be a father, I have to lead by an example. And that example has to be as close to perfection as possible in my eyes, because I want my daughter to grow up to be strong, powerful, smart, aware, and a very capable human being that contributes to our society, most importantly, in a positive manner. Somebody that I can be proud of, but most importantly, someone she can be proud of. And so that changes the entire narrative as to how I'm going to produce content going forward, because I have to consider these things. She's probably going to come back and see these videos, and I want her to see these videos as a way of her father contributing to society in a positive manner. So all of this has pretty much taken a toll on my ability to create content, and I think that's okay. I think I'm in a healthy place, because this place is allowing me to grow and elevate myself going forward. And most importantly, doing all of this is going to allow me to help you guys as well, because one of my favorite quotes comes from Denzel Washington, is, "You'll never see a U-Haul parked behind a hearse." A hearse is a vehicle that takes a coffin and delivers it to the site where you eventually, you know, put that person that passed away into their grave. He said you'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse, because he's literally saying you can't take it with you. You can't take none of this with you. So the most important thing for you to do is, when you become nuanced and you gain all these insights and wisdoms through experiences in your life, the most important thing to do is to share it with everyone else, so that everyone else can level up in their life. And now we grow as a society as a whole. And that's what I want to do. I want to make sure that everything that I'm learning in life is being shared with you guys, because it comes back to what I said. Now I can do what I enjoy, make money off of it, and contribute to society in a positive manner. And if I'm doing that, that is a W at all angles. So yeah, I know that was a bit long-winded, but to conclude all of this, you guys, I've been taking a break because I'm essentially trying to figure out what I want to do with content going forward that's going to tackle all those things I just mentioned. And I think I'm finding a way. I think I want to become a variety gamer and just play all sorts of games that I enjoy playing, cover them, teach you guys how to play those games, and then bring you over to the stream and pour wisdom and knowledge inside of you guys. It's going to help you level yourselves up. And in doing all of that, that allows me to tackle all the things that I want to tackle. But yeah, that is going to wrap up this video. Hopefully it brought you some value as always. If it did, great. And if it didn't, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, guys. We are going to get back here swinging full throttle here in a bit, as soon as I get my head leveled on my shoulders with regards to what games I'm going to be covering. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the flip side.